So winter time is the season that God has specifically set aside for all of creation to rest. It's a time when animals go into hibernation, when the days are shorter. And generally, most all of the world is forced to slow down. It is a time when creation rests and renews and prepares itself for the coming season of new life in the spring. Human beings, on the other hand, do not practice the season of rest very well. In what would have been just a few hundred years ago, when we would have been forced to go to sleep when it's nighttime because there's really nothing else you can do, we have now created all new ways to stay awake, to not rest, so that we can keep on working. We value productivity, working 7 days a week and as many hours as necessary to get the job done. We don't need to rest. Now, there's nothing wrong with hard work. This country was built on hard work. But more and more, as our culture goes on, humanity seems fit to want to emulate our own creation, the machines that we have created, rather than emulate our Creator, who warned us of the importance of our need for rest by giving us the Sabbath. Because the more we act like the machines that we create, the more we realize that we're not machines. We were not meant to run 24/7 without a screensaver. We are created to need rest. And so if you burn the candle at both ends, you will inevitably burn out. And your work and your relationships will suffer as a result. Now, I don't think this is any news to y'all. We know that we as a culture and a society, we don't do a very good job resting. And that's afforded us some nice things because, hard work builds nice things, but we don't rest very well. But even more so than that, I think it's important for us to think about where we are going to find our rest. Because not all avenues of rest are created equal, are they? I like to compare shallow, empty rest to fast food. It's the junk food that's easy, that's right there, that's appealing, but isn't very satisfying. It tastes good for a moment, but about an hour later, you're hungry again if you choose to feed your body that way. Now that I'm counting calories again, I'm reminded that not all food is created equal. That if I'm going to get by on the little calories that I'm allowed to have every day, I'm going to have to be wise about the type of food that I choose to spend it on. 3 healthy meals or 1 burger from McDonald's? Where we go to rest is like that as well. Social media and reality TV are the junk food of the ways in which we spend our downtime. And it's so easy for us because it's right there. Cheap, accessible, it's in our phones, it's on our TV. It's so easy to just veg out in front of the TV, not even watching the Netflix show that we put on. But we will find that that is very shallow type of rest. That when it's time to get up again and go back to work, we're not really that rested. Let me ask you this. Have you ever come back from a time of rest and thought to yourself, man, I need a vacation from my vacation? Now that I have little children, I know that family vacation isn't really vacation. It's a family trip. And while it's good, important, forms lasting family memories, there's not a lot of rest involved. Introduce a new puppy into your family. That's good for family dynamics. It's good for the memories. Not a lot of rest going on in my house these days. In fact, as I laid awake last night in the wee hours of the morning and I'm hearing this repetitive cadence of the dog who wants to go out, I couldn't help but think of how ironic it was that in a few hours I'm going to get up and talk about the importance of rest. My friends, how we rest is as at least important as how we work. And if you do not take the time for rest, then you will find it very difficult to give yourself to others what you do not yourself possess.